unintentional interconnectedness of the Gospels. Explain how that works. This is really interesting.
Yeah, let me just toss this out to you guys. I used to run an experiment in front of my youth group. So I always say this, if there was a robbery in this room and I wanted to know what was the guy wearing, you think I'm going to ask him? No way. I'm going to ask her. Because he's going to say, I don't know, like a t-shirt maybe? Dark t-shirt? She's going to say, oh, no. It's like an Izod t-shirt. You know the one that has the band that's tight right about halfway here? And the limp collar shirt, not the straight collar shirt, 3 buttons stopped right around here. And if they disagree on the description of the shirt, it doesn't mean that there was no shirt or no suspect. It just means that they're coming at it from different perspectives. So when I read the Gospels and I saw that these things would sometimes leave out details, like Luke will say, Jesus is in front of Caiaphas at a trial, and they're testing Jesus, so they think, you think you're divine, you think you're God. How about this? So, someone slaps him and says, tell us, Jesus, who prophesied? Who slapped you? And I'm thinking, how hard is that? I would just look at the guy and say, you did, you moron, right? I mean, how hard is it to tell you who slapped me? Because Luke doesn't describe the fact that Matthew describes that before this whole thing started, they put a blindfold on Jesus. Luke never mentions it. So his statement's actually kind of confusing until you get the other eyewitness account. One confusing statement clarified by another witness. And you see this all the time.
And that's a form of...
What bothered me was, I was not a believer, but I was reading the Gospels. And when I saw that kind of thing in the Gospels, I was like, this looks suspiciously like real eyewitness accounts.